There is something that every single human being has to accept. You are not perfect. I am not perfect either. Nobody is. We are humans. We have weaknesses. We have flaws. We all have parts of ourselves that we are not proud of. And that is the reality of life. But here's where most people make a terrible mistake. They accept their weaknesses and then they stop fighting. They say, "This is just who I am. I have always been like this. God will forgive me anyway." Or my favorite one, "I'm just a Gemini," or "I'm a Capricorn," or any other zodiac sign. And they use forgiveness as an excuse to stay the same. No, that is not how it works. Forgiveness does not mean you stop trying. Grace does not mean you stop improving. God can forgive you, but you still have to fight. You still have to discipline yourself. You have to become stronger than the part of you that keeps pulling you away from who you are supposed to become. Makes sense, doesn't it? Because the truth is, your biggest enemy is usually not outside of you. It is inside. And I believe you've heard this line in movies so many times. It is the part of yourself that you refuse to confront. And that is why the hardest battle is always the battle against yourself. You have to look into the darkest parts of your own heart. Not literally in a mirror, but you have to look at yourself honestly. No excuses. No pretending. No hiding. You have to ask yourself, what is my biggest weakness? What is the thing that tries to control me? What is the thing that can't destroy my discipline? Because everyone has something, trust me. For some people, it is lust. For others, it is money. For others, it is anger or pride, maybe comfort or validation. The need to be accepted. Everyone has their own battlefield. And the biggest mistake you can make is ignoring yours. Because people love working on easy things. They love improving the areas where they already feel strong. It's like going to the gym and doing your favorite exercises while skipping the most important ones. Because it feels good, right? It feels like progress. But the thing that actually transforms you is facing the thing you're trying to avoid. Think about it. Even the good things in life work this way. Sometimes you have a vision, something that excites you, something that makes you feel alive. And you know you should do it. But somehow you always find something else. Something small. Something easier. Something that takes your attention away. And before you realize it, days pass. Months pass. Maybe years pass. And you still haven't started. Why? Because distraction is powerful, my friend. The same thing happens with your weaknesses. You keep saying, I'll fix it later. I'll deal with it eventually. It's not that serious. Until one day you realize the thing you ignored became the thing controlling you. Your weakness becomes stronger when you refuse to face it. That's the truth. And this is exactly where the enemy attacks. Not where you are strong, where you're weak. Because that is the easiest place to break you. Imagine a castle. You can have the strongest walls in the world. But if there is one small opening, that is where the enemy will enter. Your weakness is that opening, and the enemy is patient. He's not always going to attack when you're ready. Actually, most of the time he attacks when you least expect it. When you're tired, when you're stressed, when you think you already overcame it, so you're relaxed. That is when the old version of yourself tries to come back. And that is why awareness is everything. You cannot defeat something you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot control something you pretend does not exist. You have to know your enemy. Because most of the time, your enemy is yourself. I learned this through my own experience. You see, my weakness, my biggest weakness, was my temper. For years, I was easily stressed, easily irritated. I could easily get triggered. And sometimes I could hurt people with my words. Not because I wanted to, but because I was controlled by emotion in that moment. And that was my battle. That was my weakness. And the crazy thing is, right before real change happened, the breakthrough, that exact weakness was tested the most. Everything seemed to happen in a way that would make me angry. Stressful situations, uncomfortable moments, things that pushed that old version of me to come back. And at first, it felt unfair. But then I realized something. Maybe this was not happening to destroy me. Maybe it was happening to reveal me. To show me what was still inside. Because how can you fix something you never see or ignore to see? So instead of running away from it, I faced it. I became fully aware. And when anger came, I stopped giving it control. I started learning to direct my attention to something else. Something good. I didn't want to waste my attention on my anger anymore. I would go train. I would move my body. I would do something productive. Sometimes, if someone hurt me or insulted me, I would intentionally do something good afterward, because I understood something. I do not have to become the thing that hurt me. I can choose. My emotions can exist, but they do not have to control my actions. That is discipline. Discipline is not pretending you have no weaknesses. It's knowing exactly where you're weak and building strength there. Because your body will always want the easy path. Your flesh will always want comfort, instant pleasure, satisfaction. But your soul knows there is something greater, and the battle between those two will continue forever. The question is, who is in control? Are you controlling yourself? Or are your cravings controlling you? Because the person who cannot control himself can never truly be free. And that is why your weakness is like a final boss. You cannot skip it. You cannot go around it. You cannot cheat or pretend it does not exist. Eventually, you're gonna have to face it. And the good news is, the fact that you have a weakness does not mean you're defeated. It means you know where to train. It means you know where your next level is. It's like a doctor who successfully defined the disease, so now he can prescribe the right treatment. Because remember, the strongest people are not people who have no darkness inside them. The strongest people are the ones who know their darkness and choose not to follow it. So ask yourself, what is my weakness? What is the thing that I keep avoiding? What is the thing that I keep hiding from? What is the thing that keeps pulling me away from God? From my purpose? From the person I want to become? Find it, face it, and train it. Because one day, the thing that used to control you could become the thing that proves how much you have changed. That is the battle, and that is where transformation happens. Real transformation.